Can really good come out of suffering? The normal tendencies of a man is to avoid suffering, but every man born on the face of the earth is bound to suffer. He or she cannot escape suffering. But do we know that good can come out of suffering? If we are leading a evil life, hating each other, engrossed in sin, and then we suffer, that suffering can do no good to us. On the contrary, that suffering is the consequences of our sin. But if we do good, lead a pure and holy life, and still then we have to suffer, that suffering has a meaning. That suffering can lead us more closer to God and can be used by God for the salvation of souls. When we suffer for doing good, we are partaking in the suffering of Christ, just as Christ suffered, though he was blameless and innocent. And as Christ raised from the dead and was glorified, we too that partake in the suffering of Christ will be raised up and would be glorified. Jesus in his Sermon on Mount said, "Blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." God can turn our suffering into a blessing provided we believe in Him. St. Peter beautifully narrates the benefits of suffering in his first letter, chapter 4, verses 12 and 13. Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery trial when it comes upon you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice in so far as you share Christ's suffering, that you may also rejoice and be glad when His glory is revealed. God the Holy Spirit gives us the strength to bear the suffering in our life. Let us then ask His grace to come upon us, so that we may not grumble or complain when the suffering comes, but patiently endure all the suffering that comes in our way, which later will bring us greater glory more than our suffering.